So I figured I might as well make this video to bring something to your attention. It's been a long time since I posted. The last time I posted said that I quit, and I did quit. But over the last couple of years, I have genuinely struggled to maintain my reasoning for quitting music. Okay, now for those of you that don't know, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but the reason that I actually quit music in the first place wasn't even necessarily because I didn't enjoy it. It wasn't because of, it wasn't working out, because it was doing well for me and I was making good money doing it. And I was enjoying it first and foremost. And it was literally my career. But the reason I quit was because of religious reasons. All right, I was following a religion. I'm not going to mention which religion it is. And let's just say music wasn't a custom within that religion. Like, it was kind of frowned upon. And I felt like a bad practitioner of the religion if I were to be a music producer. It felt contradictory. And that kind of conflict in my mind led me to basically throwing away the music and throwing away the success that I had as a producer that I worked so hard to get. And essentially, the last couple of years, I'm not gonna lie, I've been struggling. I have been struggling not only to find a purpose, to find, something to do each and every single day in terms of, being productive and striving for a certain goal. Because when I was doing music, I always knew what I wanted to do next. I always knew what I wanted to improve, where I wanted to go, who I wanted to work with, what I wanted to build. I always knew. And, since I've quit, I've just been struggling to find that why, and I've dabbled in, personal training. I got some personal training certificates and all that kind of stuff, because a lot of you guys know, I love the gym. That's a real part of my life. And I had some success with that. And I built an online business doing that. That's how I'm even in this place right now. Obviously, you guys can notice maybe it's a change of scenery. But the fact of the matter is, I'm a creative person. And me doing all these kind of cookie cutter business models and the personal training stuff, it was great. I'm appreciative, but at the same time, I know deep down in my core, I need to be creating stuff. That's where I'm at my best. And that's why I became a music producer in the first place. I wanted to be able to take what was in my mind, whether it was emotions, thoughts, whatever, and basically put them down somewhere to express myself, right? And basically music was a creative outlet for me. That was how it started. And then obviously I got into the type beat thing, and I built a decent sized audience doing that, and I built a full-time income doing that, and that's kind of where I put most of my focus. Okay, and even in that circumstance, the creativity dwindled a little bit because I was just focusing on type beat. But even so, I was still able to create, and I still kind of made music, and I enjoyed it, and I felt connected with my purpose. Whereas the last couple of years, genuinely, I've been struggling. And you know what? Excuse me. I even had the first kind of few months that I quit music, and kind of the income died and hit basically zero. Never zero. I still sell beats, but it's barely anything, right? You can't live off of it. I did a job, right? Delivering, right? At Ocado. I don't know if you guys in England know. I literally worked at Ocado for a few months. I tore my meniscus in my right knee doing that job. I already had a torn meniscus in my left knee from doing jiu-jitsu. And then all of a sudden I'm delivering one day, and then boom, I feel my right knee go. And that was the moment where I was hang on, what am I actually doing? But I still didn't connect it in my mind to go back to music and go back to what I was doing, where I was successful and I was doing well. I still wanted to find myself a difficult way to live. I don't know what I was doing. I don't know. But I was still conflicted in my mind, because I felt I already quit. It's kind of like sunk cost fallacy. I already quit, so I might as well stay quit, if that makes sense. I don't even know that makes linguistic sense, but that was my mindset. Anyway, so I worked a couple jobs here and there, did a rate. Eventually I came onto online coaching, which I did decently with, and I made, a living from it, right? Nothing crazy, but a few thousand a month. And, as you guys know, I'm somewhat capable of making money online. That's kind of what I've been doing since I was 19 years old. I've not hit the heights yet, admittedly. I'm not a guru, and I ain't got a course to sell you on how to become a millionaire, but I made a living for myself online a lot of the time as an adult. But I'll tell you what, I never, ever felt the same way that I did, or as I did, sorry, making money as a, you know, online fitness coach as I did when I was just producing. I think I could make less money as a music producer as long as my bills are covered and I'm like progressing in some kind of way, and I am actually, you know, financially and just even skill-wise progressing. I would feel better making less doing that than if I were to like make 10,000 a month doing online coaching, for example. I genuinely hated it. And it's not that I didn't, like, I loved helping people, but the actual routine of just posting this kind of like shallow content, and even the check-ins that I would do for my clients, I hated it, you know, because I'm a creative person. Like, none of that has anything to do with creativity. You know, the content to some extent, but you get what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm rambling a little bit. My point is, I quit music and basically I lost myself. I didn't know what to do. And it took me until now, like years later, going through all that kind of stuff, to kind of like finally realize and admit to myself, like, I should never have quit music. That was a mistake. I had girls tell me this. I've had women that I've dealt with that I've shown my music to, because obviously, look, this is the thing. This goes to show how passionate I was about it. Like, I would be talking to girls, I'd be dating girls, and obviously I'd show them my work, I show them my music, because it's something I'm proud of, right? So it would just come up at some point. And every time, without fail, they tell me, you should not quit. Why did you quit? Obviously, a girl's kind of going to gas you a little bit, so I take it with a pinch of salt at the time. But at the same time, they wouldn't be saying that if they didn't genuinely see the value in it. And that's not just my beats, that's also my music vocally. Like, I've made songs that I haven't even shown you guys, which I will drop at some point. And I've been told that I should carry on, you know, making music by a bunch of people, women, friends, family members, etc. No one could really understand why I quit. I didn't even understand why I quit, really. I knew why, in like, you know, in some kind of a flawed logical concept that I built, but realistically, like, why did I quit? And I genuinely, I think the lesson was ungratefulness. I was just ungrateful. And I've learned that, you know, in life you have to be grateful. And what happened was I got complacent and I didn't see the value in what I had. I didn't appreciate it for what it was. And I was ungrateful and I threw it away, thinking that, oh, it's fine, I'll find something else. Like, no, that's not how it works. So anyway, where do I find myself now? Well, I find myself being kind of irresponsible in the fact that I'm spending more time making music when I'm not really making the same amount of money right now. Obviously it will grow back, I know it will. But I'm spending so much time making music that I'm actually kind of like ignoring some of my other priorities. But that's what I like, that I'm glad that's the case. And the reason being is because I know that's because it's my passion. That's because it's what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm gonna find a way back. I know this is confusing for like whoever's watching. I don't even know if anyone gives a fuck anymore, right? But I'm just posting this just kind of my own personal accountability, but then also because I feel like I owe an explanation to some of you. I saw someone comment on my beat the other day, like, I thought you quit. Nigga, I thought I quit. Me too. Yeah, it's crazy. But honestly, like, I think it had to happen that way. I had to kind of go through this kind of stuff to kind of personally learn a certain handful of lessons that I've now learned, and I think has helped me mature as a person. But yeah, it was just very unnecessary at the same time. Like, I just did not need to quit. So yeah, what's my plan now? My plan is, obviously I have this channel. I have 14,220 subscribers. That's not a joke. Like, that's not something I should just kind of look at and be like, oh, fuck it. Like, no, I need to build this channel back up to where it should be and exceed some of the limitations that I put on myself before, not thinking that I could like reach like maybe 100,000 subscribers on a Typey channel. I probably could. I can. I know I can. So basically, I'm just setting myself a goal of just grow the channel as big as I can get it. But then not only that, I want to do something different this time. Like, I want to be able to just kind of like make beats and focus more on making music with artists and not really go for the money like how I used to, because I spent a lot of time obsessing about the business component of making beats. But I think now, yeah, I need to focus on the money aspect as well. That's important. But at the same time, I want to focus on the craft itself. And I just want to focus on getting as good as I can get. And I just want to have fun with it. That's kind of where I'm at with it. And also, like I said, I have some songs that I want to release at some point. And that is my intention, to release some of those songs. So, yeah. obviously it's been a really strange couple years, man. Like it's been, yeah, it just hasn't felt right, you know, but I feel a lot better connected to, like I say, my purpose, and kind of like more self-actualized when I'm making music. If I'm not making music, something don't feel right. Even throughout that time span where I kind of quit, I'd still dibble dabble and make music here and there. And I would post a beat up here and there, but it wasn't the same. Like, I'm not committed to it. This is different now. Like, I'm saying to myself now, and I've been saying this to myself for the past week, I'm recommitting to the music. Like, that's my number one focus, you know? And wherever that takes me is wherever it would take me, but I just know this is where I'm supposed to be. And I know I got deceived basically by, unfortunately, a religion. And I deceived myself to some extent. I'm not gonna blame other people and but like, I'll take accountability, it's my fault, but I let a religion sway or take me away from what I was supposed to be doing, because ultimately, you know, if the religion was true, listen, different story, but listen, I'm not gonna get into it, but yeah, that's where I'm at. So I'll leave it there. I won't, you know, ramble on too much longer, but I thought I'd just give you guys a little update. That's what's going on. So if you see me posting beats, that's why I'm back. And I know it's fucking probably exhausting for you to kind of like see me change my mind. But yeah, I hope you, like, that's the first time I've really opened up about the reason why I quit on this channel. So yeah, hopefully that gives you guys a bit more perspective. I quit music because of religious complications at the time. I'm no longer religious. I don't do none of that stuff. And I'm focused now on just kind of getting back to what I was supposed to be doing all along. Anyway, this has been like a really raw video. Don't know if you enjoyed it. Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. Anyway, talk soon.